teams might pull ahead. Spawning in the bottom left position is our blue Protoss player from Psistorm Gaming. It is MyGraiN. And spawning in our top right position, it is the red Protoss player from Nocturnal Gaming. It is MikeRoss. It's a fun name, MikeRoss. Oh. So we do see that MyGraiN's going for a different build this time. Earlier we've been watching him open with Gateway Cybernetics Core. This time he's going for the 2 Gateway first. And behind this, look at this. I don't know if MikeRoss likes hiding it, but that's a super hidden, build over here in the corner. Kind of interesting how both players are almost the same build essentially, but in different positions. So we'll see if he's doing it for more of a strategy reasons or preference. Both players doesn't look like they're planning out to expand anytime soon. They're just trying to get the gateways out. The Cybernetics core is finishing up from both players at the same time. MikeRoss going for Stalkers, which we haven't seen yet. At least hasn't seen a lot of them yet. We've seen more Zealots, Adepts, High Templars, etc. So this is the first time we get to see some Stalker play tonight. But at the same time, MyGraiN counters with 2 Stalkers of his own. Mothership core coming up from both players. The Warp Gate research coming up from both players. It's a mirror build so far. So now it's just going to come down to the actual the micro of each play and the strategy each player has when dealing with this. And here's a little lone probe. I wonder if he's going to try to proxy Stargate something, or at least hide a couple, hide a pylon or 2 over here with a gateway. Or at least first time of the night, or excuse me, first time of the map. When players are doing something completely different, MikeRoss goes for the robotics facility, and MyGraiN goes for the expansion. So I guess completely different build. And MyGraiN, being a punk, drops a pylon that prevents MikeRoss from taking that 3rd base, at least just not yet. So it's delaying it just a little bit. Nothing too bad of a delay. Now MyGraiN's going for the robotics facility. Sentries from PvP is something that just eludes me. I know a lot of players that are Protoss hate PvP, and it definitely eludes me. It's the type of strategies that gets involved with both players and why they do the things they do. Twilight counts are coming down from MikeRoss, and at the same time, MyGraiN drops his own. It's just, like I said before, it's absolutely incredible how almost mirrored these guys are. The only difference is MikeRoss went for the robotics facility first before Nexus. MyGraiN went Nexus before robotics facility, but he ultimately did get the robotics facility that did just finish. But he's not going for an immortal. He's getting an observer out. I wonder if he's kind of concerned with the possible DT harassments or DT drops. I know I've lost to that a few different times, so it's definitely, you always want to be looking out for MikeRoss going for that Blink upgrade for the Stalkers. You're about to see some amazing Blink Stalker play going down from MikeRoss. Both players just kind of hanging out. God, and again, look at this. Blink coming down from MyGraiN. Either these guys know each other's builds so well, or just it's a really popular build that that you normally do Protoss versus Protoss. But like I said, it's just incredible how much these guys are basically mimicking each other in almost every way. Almost the same army count, supply count, all that. Just so we'll see what either player tries to do from all this. Hallucinated Phoenix gets in the bake of MikeRoss, sees everything he wants to see, and a Hallucinated Phoenix from MikeRoss gets into MyGraiN's base and sees everything he wants to see. These Stalkers are actually going to be able to take him out before he gets too high into MyGraiN's base. MyGraiN going for this third base, cheeky little fella. Finally something different from both players. MyGraiN going for that third base, and this hallucinated Phoenix is going to miss. Oh, MikeRoss' army, but MikeRoss's army pulls back. Hallucinating Phoenix from MyGraiN gets in, trying to see as much damage, sees the army still there, knows he has nothing really to worry about. MikeRoss dropping that third base, slightly delayed from his counterpart from MyGraiN. MyGraiN is pushing out. He does have a War Prism with this army, so what he definitely wants to do is get some reinforcements going. MyGraiN is kind of, he'll be supply capped once he gets another, once he gets a couple of these warpins. MikeRoss's observer's in a great spot, sees the army, blinks away, but there's not another observer with this army. I thought MyGraiN had an observer. I don't know exactly where it's at, but I think he's just hanging out at the base, making sure no DTs get in. MyGraiN just kind of, you know, being a nuisance, kind of poking around. He definitely wants to take out MikeRoss's third base and prevent him from, you know, getting on par again and getting on the even keel with him with having the three bases. Again, just both players kind of, you know, playing around, not really just waiting for that great opportunity to attack. MikeRoss's army coming in from the north side. MyGraiN definitely sees it and pushes this army back. And I just heard a stalker warping. Uh-oh. Here comes the problem. MikeRoss is in a great position to go against MyGraiN's army. He's going to try to attack this third base, and he's pushing the attack on this. He's going for this third base. CenturyLinks drop a force field, split this army up a little bit. MikeRoss's army is in a dangerous position, though. If he gets caught out of position, he will surely lose his army. Disruptor shot lands right on top of the Immortals, gets an Immortal kill off of it, damages a little more. The Disruptor going in, and that is getting lost as well. The probe's getting pulled, just trying to soak up more damage as much as he can, but it looks like MikeRoss's army is just way too strong, and MyGraiN loses his third base. As much as he tried, he just could not hold it, and the Blink Stalker play was just too strong from MikeRoss. MyGraiN is on the defensive now. He needs to get rid of this army that is knocking out his base. Like a disruptor shot coming in, he's going to try to get on top of these stalkers. Gets 3 stalker kills plus an immortal kill and a great shot. But is it enough to push back MikeRoss's army? I mean, this army is huge. When you look at the army count, it's 60 to 49. I know that doesn't sound like a big difference, but I mean, when you come to having an extra immortal or 2, that makes all the difference. MyGraiN is pushing out just a little bit. He wants to keep this third base up. He needs it up. And he needs to work. He needs to redo this third base and keep it alive. But here comes MikeRoss's army again, trying to push on top of it. Blinks away. Both players just kind of playing with each other at this point with this blink stalker play. But like I said before, MikeRoss got his third base up, even though it was later than MyGraiN. But MyGraiN lost it, so now MikeRoss is up, and the base count. MyGraiN, you know, starting to build up his base again. The observer's with this army now, so MikeRoss's observer will get killed here in a second. There we go. And there's a lot of disruptors with this, so what MyGraiN can do is you can try to split up his army. You know, some on the bottom, some on the top. But it looks like what he's doing, MikeRoss is going to come in from the north-hand side and he's going to sandwich MyGraiN's army. The Zealots are here. He's going to try to do as much as he can. A lot of Zealots got kicked off, but here we go. Stalkers coming in from the west side. And an Archon coming in from the east side, and there's just so much army here that I don't think MyGraiN is going to be able to hold it, and he gets sandwiched in, and MikeRoss is doing so much damage here. and it's just completely killing off the rest of MyGraiN's army, and GG gets called, and MikeRoss takes game number 5, making it up, Nocturnal Gaming up 3-2. And so it was great plays from both players. Like I said, they were pretty mimicked up until the end a little bit. MikeRoss was able to build up his army just a little bit more. He was able to snipe MyGraiN's third base, and MyGraiN was not able to recover. He did try to counterattack, but then got sandwiched in and got flanked pretty hard. And he lost the game because of it. So guys, like as always, we're going to throw it to a quick break. I want to thank everyone for tuning in as always. Going to put on another great song for you guys. Let's see which one we can find. Uptown Funk. Sure, why not? I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we'll be back as always.